Leica finally did it. They released my dream camera from a few years ago, the Q3 43. And a few years ago, I would have ran into the Leica store right away. Well, actually that is what I did. I ran into the Leica store on the release day and had the opportunity to test the camera. Now the question is, how good is it? Will I trade in my beloved Q3 28mm version for the 43 one or not? I discussed it with the people there, back and forth, and everyone had another opinion and no one was really sure. Should I trade in the Q3 28mm or should I even get both? Yeah, what I did, I will tell you at the end of this video. So to find out which of the Q3 is the best, we have to compare them. So let's start with the similarities. And there are a lot. Of course, the body is completely the same. Same sensor, same great EVF, same buttons, same touchscreen, everything is the same. And when we're searching for differences, it all comes down to the lens. So my expectations were completely different to what they did. I expected a camera with a shorter lens barrel. Of course, normally 40mm lenses are a bit shorter than the 28 ones. And I thought it would be cheaper than the 28 one. Of course, 40mm lenses are normally a bit shorter than 28 ones and they are easier to make. But Leica did a complete opposite thing. They turned this thing into an Apo. And with that, honestly, the cameras are, let's say the lenses are almost the same. Same length, or it's a bit longer. It is a bit heavier. Therefore, they reduced the length of the lens hood in front of the 43mm lens. And no, you can't use it on the 28mm version, they said. So I would love to do that, but it seems not to be possible. And this new lens is definitely sharper than the 28 Summicron on this camera. But honestly, this 28 Lux is already crazy sharp and I never missed any sharpness. So I don't really know if you need it, but if you want it, it is there. It is. This lens is superb. Oh, and they raised the price, of course. I mean, it's an Apo lens, and if you compare it to the 50mm Apo for the M system, I mean, this lens is over 8,000 bucks, and the Q3 43 is only, I know that sounds ridiculous, 6,800 bucks. So in that comparison, it seems kind of fair. So as impressive as this 43mm lens is, I don't know which version I would like better. The one that I expected, the smaller, more portable and cheaper one, or the high performance Apo lens that they made. So tell me, which one is the one that you would like better? Small compact size or the high performance monster they created? Let me know in the comments. So both cameras are almost the same size and weight. So the comparison is more of a focal length comparison than a camera comparison. This is more 28mm versus 43mm. So it all comes down to your personal preferences and shooting style. And like I said at the beginning, if I didn't own any Leica, I think this would be the camera that I would buy. Because I always found that a 50-like lens is much easier to shoot than a 28mm lens. The composition is just easier. I mean, with 28 you have to look fairly good for your composition, because elsewhere it looks kind of crowded. Or you have to get really close. Then you get great pictures, but it's sometimes a bit intimidating to get very close to people. So, like I said, for me, it's just easier to shoot a 50, and I like 50. This is the focal length that goes with me my whole career. I always had a 50 lens. But I also think that the 28mm focal length suits the concept of the Q3 camera better, because the Q3 is my everyday camera. This is the camera I take with me on trips that are not mainly photography focused, or if I don't know what's coming, this is the camera that is always with me. With its small size and ruggedness, this is just perfect for that use. And because you have that huge 60 megapixel sensor inside this camera, you can always punch in or crop into those 43mm without losing too much resolution. And I also prefer 28mm for video. So let's come to a conclusion. And I think you already expected it. I will keep my Leica Q3 28mm lens. I do not trade it in for the Q3 43, but that has a reason. And it would be different if I wouldn't own this camera, the Leica M11 with the 40mm Voigtlander lens on it. And with that camera, I just can't justify to buy another over $6,000 camera, even though I want it and it's beautiful, but it just doesn't make any sense. And I think if I would not be able to afford two Leica cameras, it would be the Q3 43 that I own, even though I said that the 28mm lens suits the system better. So at the end, it all comes down to personal preferences. This camera is the same as the Q3 43. They have the same strength, they have the same weaknesses. They said in the store that the Q3 43 has a slightly better autofocus system. Honestly, I didn't notice it that much. They said it would hunt less if you're using person tracking. Like I said, I didn't see much of that, but the autofocus was good. But what I have seen is that, what I thought I've seen is that the video autofocus is a tiny bit slower. I don't know if it was just me or if anything was wrong, if it was set to slower. No idea, but I just had a feeling. And oh, they finally added the possibility to record audio into the camera via the USB-C port on the side, which they promised they would do for the Q3 28. So maybe there will be an update that this camera can also record sound or audio into the camera. So two identical looking cameras, but very different tools, because the images that come out of these cameras, they will look different because of the focal length. So which one is your one? Which one will you choose? Let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching, and until the next one.